This is Series 1, Episode 77. Now my regular viewers will know that I predicted this movement. I said that the markets could be changing direction. I said that in Episode 76, and I even predicted where price might start to hold on the Nasdaq here. This is the Nasdaq. I drew this horizontal line, and I said I believe we were going to see a touch of this line, which we're seeing. Now, to me guys, unfortunately, I think we're now in a confirmed downtrend across the board. That's just my opinion. So I believe the US markets are in a downtrend now, and if the US markets start dropping, then all markets will drop around the world, so all stocks will get hit. So how serious is this? I don't know yet. All I'm saying is I will not be making any predictions on trades for the time being until I see a change in the direction of the market. My bias is selling at the moment. But why did price yesterday hold here on the Nasdaq? Let me just show you that, because it's not obvious. You look at this chart, can you see anything obvious that says, well, why did price stop exactly at that point there? Well, I'll show you why, and I drew this yesterday on my chart. I wanted to show you it so you could see it yourself. So I took this major low point after the coronavirus, and I drew a trend line from that low point up to this touch point here. So you can see that is a major touch point, because trend lines change, right? So, and look where price stopped. Let me zoom in. I've got to change this slightly so it arrows up properly with this point here. And the market literally stopped on that line. It's incredible how this stuff actually works, considering that line doesn't exist. So that's the reason the Nasdaq held there, as far as I'm concerned. And there may be some bullish behavior as buyers come back in, but I just can't see it yet, guys. I believe we're in a downtrend, as I said. So let me just show you this 4 hour on the Nasdaq. You see how that horizontal line I talked about in the previous video, price bashed straight through yesterday, came all the way down, touched that trend line as I just talked about. It's come back up, and that line, which was previous support, is now acting as resistance for price. So at the moment, I believe this level is key for the Nasdaq, and we're probably going to see further selling. So I'm going to go back out to the daily chart just so you can see how clear that is now, and zoom out a little bit more. So there's your trend line. Major trend line. Now, very nervous, guys, if we start breaking this trend line with conviction, because that's such a major trend line. That would be a signal for a lot of selling, as far as I'm concerned, because that's just such a significant trend line going back to the end of the coronavirus. Well, the change, should I say. March 2020 is when the market changed its direction. So it's such a key level, that on the Nasdaq. Very important. If we start breaching that, then it's serious selling, I think. So over to the Dow Jones, and in episode 76 I was talking about the Dow Jones, and I said I believe that the Dow is going to lead this selling, and that's exactly what happened. I talked about this moving average and how we'd closed below it, and it was very bearish, and that led the charge, unfortunately. So I don't like it. So that's the Nasdaq and the Dow looking very negative. Now if I look at the S&P 500 daily chart, again I talked about all of this and why I drew this moving average and these arrows, and I said that if we start breaking this moving average, that would be a major selling point, because it's been so well respected in the past. But let me show you something. If I zoom in on this daily S&P 500 chart, zoom right in. Now, when price did actually hit that 50 period moving average, look at the buyers. They came in immediately, straight up, and I can promise you that would have sucked in a load of new buyers into the market right there, because they saw that bounce and thought, yes, it's respected again. That's another buying opportunity. Well, I disagreed with that. Now I tried to put a video together. Excuse me. I tried to put a video together, but I was trying to do it on my mobile phone because it was happening so quickly, and the quality was so poor I just removed it. But what I did do is I posted on YouTube about this, saying I believe there was more selling pressure, and unfortunately that's exactly what happened. The following day just collapsed, really nasty. So I tried to get things out to you guys quickly, but a post on YouTube is much quicker for me than doing a video. So I just did a post just to give you my thoughts I don't know how many people read that post, but I did predict further selling. So keep your eye out for those posts, guys, because it really is an easy way for me to get information out to you quickly. So there it is, guys. All markets negative. I think that will also have an impact on cryptos on a negative trajectory as well. So not good, but it is just trading. And for example, Palantir trade that I talked about, that actually broke out just before this collapse and did quite well. But that's a longer term trade, and most of my trades are longer term because I think personally that's a better way to trade. Short term trading is not ideal. So there we have it, guys. That's the market conditions. Let me zoom out slightly again. That's the S&P 500. Broken the 50 period moving average. Dow Jones very similar, and the Nasdaq I've talked about as well. So there's the market conditions, guys. If you like what I'm doing, please like and subscribe, and I'll speak to you again soon.